everybody, making a video here. I've been dealing with a lot of weirdness in the last week or so. A lot of strange things, a lot of ups and downs, and thinking a lot about the darker forces of creation. And still trying to clear my throat, but anyway. Okay, so that's my crystal ball that I got. I don't think I told you that I got this crystal ball, but I did. So on Tuesday was the day that I had touched the crystal ball, this crystal ball, and had gazed into it. I made a video about the experience, and I didn't really, I didn't see anything inside of it. There's nothing inside of there, but I did feel the connection between what is my psychic, the third eye, all-seeing eye center, and then the crystal ball. So there was an interaction that took place. And then as the day went on, I started becoming aware more of what, of evil spirits and ego and all of that stuff, and then even more so aware of aliens of a similar reflection. So what you have as evil spirit, it manifests into a physical form, which is then an alien being of a lizard form. Anyway, I'm not judgmental, but I can like or dislike alien beings. Okay, so, alright, so I'm so scatterbrained because so many weird things have been going on and I don't really know where to begin. So, I'm just gonna have the spirit world kind of walk me through, and then, I'm just gonna see what my crystal ball inspires out of me, and then we'll just see what happens, okay? Alright, so, I'm gonna ask the spirit world for help now, and you can do this too, and follow these same guidelines. So what I say is, spirit world, I choose to share wisdom today, and I ask that you assist me and show me what it is that I could speak about more clearly. I'm just feeling the energy connection right now. Just the intention alone. You don't actually have to speak words, but words create and manifest intention. But intention is already there, you know. And so, okay, so, alright, so, okay, now I'm starting to remember. So I woke up, I had quite a ordeal on Tuesday of what I had seen. And I had seen reflections of what is energy that is controlling, and energy that is manipulative, and energy that is convincing us to behave certain ways, and disconnect from what is a higher standard of being, which is unconditionally loving towards one another, towards ourselves, towards the experience of life. And as I am going through all of this sort of, it's like a roller coaster of realizations, before I'd gone to bed, I had seen very clearly what was a lizard standing in a brown cloak with a hood over it, and that is not, it never been ever anything that I've never had such visit ever. So when I saw that, there's no reaction that has to be had. It's either, okay, I see you, and do I choose to have fear, or do I choose to have, what is my reaction? I have no reaction. I just see you there, and then I go about whatever it is I choose to want to do. So in that case, I just chose to focus my attention on my friend Avery, the human alien, and talked about him in other videos. And he is the expression of unconditional love. And so when I look to Avery, now all of a sudden anything less than unconditional love has no value or meaning to me. And so that was as far as it went. And then when I woke up in the morning, it was quite, so many weird things were going on. So I've been taking this plant medicine, and I've made videos about this too, the Heroes Blend. I'll put like a YouTube link so you can watch it, but but I've been sort of seeing now the spirits of nature coming to visit me at night. And I had quite a few visitors from the natural world. They come in sort of the form of like plants themselves, and were in my bedroom talking to me. Sounds all kooky and silly and weird, but it's true. And so I was not. So anyway, there was an interaction, and it was related to things I had been thinking about, and they were trying to make me feel better, because I've been very emotionally challenged lately, and I didn't know if it was the energy from the universe, or too much thinking going on, or what. And so they were trying to remind me of nature and lift my spirits and lift me up out of the feeling of being low, you know, in vibration. And so then I fell back asleep, and I woke up again, which is when I heard all of these voices talking to me. And what they had shared with me was that the human body is made up of metals. They were explaining to me what has been going on with my emotional behaviors, and why I've been struggling to stay consistent and stay at a elevated level. And they were telling me that, basically showed me all kinds of stuff. But the human body possesses natural metals. And you can look this stuff up, but iron alone is in the blood, you know. And so the body does, it possesses natural metals. And there's like, they put calcium in the water, and I don't know a whole lot about this, but because it just sort of came to me. But anyway, they were showing me how they just kept saying, your body is full of metal. And then they were showing me how the television and the computer and the actual screens themselves, and the process of creating the image on your computer or the image on your television, and the energy that comes through the television is actually burns out your third eye like a bulb that is too much power, so it burns it out, and it burns your eyes. And then also there's waves of energy that come through the television and come through your computer. It's in Wi-Fi, it's in our cell phones, it's in every electronic device. It comes, and then it comes into your body, and then it disturbs the metals that are inside of your body, and then that creates illness, and it creates all kinds of things. And then they say it creates manipulation, and that what I saw of that being was the manipulator. No, they know. I'm not a secret. I'm not a secret at all. The universe knows my strengths and my weaknesses. I don't care, you know. You can know my strengths, you can know my weaknesses. I'm an infinite soul. This is just one lifetime of a million lifetimes. I'm gonna die someday anyway. I'll be born again somewhere else. What does it matter? I'm just here to speak the wisdom for as long as I am here to speak the wisdom. That's all that I care about. But I do care about emotional stability. And I do recognize when something seems awry, that I can't seem to be consistent or in control. And so all of this stuff is related to Draconian Race. All of it is. It is related to, okay, so people talk about awakening and all of that. And I'm not a real, you know, everything happens at the right time. The seed grows when you know, the plant grows when it is meant to. Cicadas are born when they are meant to be born. You know what? The rainbow comes when it comes. If you see a rainbow, you don't see a rainbow. It is just the natural process of life. Things are there, things aren't there. Things happen when they're meant to happen. You know what I mean? So people want to awaken. People want to know more about this. People want answers. And what this was about was okay, so this, I'm going to tell you this was extremely loud and extremely obvious. So what is going on here is that human beings have this evolutionary sort of cycle that is taking place. I'm a big supporter of human beings already being superior beings in the universe. We have so many freaking things I need to talk about. I'm just going to go along with it for the purpose of the discussion. So human beings have an evolutionary development, okay? And then it was well aware in the infinite awareness, in Draconian Race, in benevolent alien beings, human beings on the other hand not so aware, but that there would be a pinnacle moment, and it would take place in the years of 2000, so 2012, let's just say 2012, that human beings would start to open their eyes, and start to have clarity of the infinite awareness. Clarity. People don't realize that crystal ball, this is clear quartz crystal. It has energy. It has a connection with the infinite awareness. You can use crystals to actually connect with the infinite awareness. This here is a rock. It is just a rock. It's not spray paint. This is lapis lazuli. It too is connected with the infinite awareness. These are just tools that you can use to help you become connected. And part of Draconian Race, they literally are very advanced, very intelligent, very creative, very clever. That this isn't like rocket science for them to know how to try to prevent us from being the flower that opens to the sun. They don't want that because they get the nourishment from our misery. They get the nourishment from being in control, like actually owning a planet and all the inhabitants on it, and being able to get to decide how they want to influence the people of the planet. And there's always, you always have the choice of what you want. You can choose to be miserable today, or you can choose to be happy today. It's far easier to be miserable on this planet than it is to be happy. So if you can try to find a way to be happy, then awesome, that's what you need to do. But they call that free will. It's still free will. You still have the freedom to choose if you want to be miserable, if you want to be happy. And so there's come a point in time, and this is the truth. This sounds really fictional, but this is the truth. This has always been the truth to me. But there comes a point in time where the lease is up, where it's over. You guys have had your Draconian Race time. Now it is time for the rainbows and the love and the energy and the blossoms and the earth to repair itself and everything to go back to a cycle of harmony. It is a natural cycle. This actually is a natural cycle. Can you prevent winter from happening if winter is meant to be happening? How do you prevent it? You can try to create devices that postpone it. You can try and do whatever it takes to, create global warming. You can, whatever you need to do to prevent winter from taking place. The thing is winter will still take place. Summer will still take place, and you can try to postpone it all you want, but it will eventually take place. I'm telling you this. This is reassuring news. Human beings will awaken. Human beings are awakening. And so Draconian Race gives us these tools, these gifts. They're gifts. Who doesn't want a cell phone? Who doesn't want the awesomest cell phone on the market? That's your choice. That's your freedom of choice. You get to freely choose whether you want to blow out your bulb or not. Do you want television? Do you want to blow out your bulb? Do you want to be awakened, or do you not want to? Guess what? I have a TV, I have a computer, I have Wi-Fi, I have a cell phone, but I still have awareness, and I still have the infinite awareness. They tell me that the expansion of my soul overrides any tools and devices Draconian Race could possibly conceive of to put me into the net and prevent me from being a blossoming flower. My soul is super soul. Souls that have the voice to be able to communicate with human beings about the infinite awareness and about awakening, and help you to know how to just give you advice, just share a spark of inspiration, share some waves of love, some value that gives you motivation and inspiration and makes you feel warmer and happier inside. That we are expanded enough that we can override all of their tools of deception. But this is what they showed me. This is what I became aware of on Wednesday morning. All this stuff. Because I became aware of more so of what evil spirits are, born from the vibration of destruction itself. Destruction as the mother and father of what we consider evil spirit. there's no such thing as evil. Alright, it only feels like evil because of the terror that it provides our human form, of the feelings that it instills in us are not delicious or not nurturing or not helpful, so we label them evil spirit. They're just a creation no different than you know, my soul or any other soul is just a creation, and creation is a beautiful thing. Even the demons of the darkest depths or whatever, and demons of the brightest light, like they come from all the colors of the universe. Demons do, just like human beings come of all colors. It doesn't make you an evil person to be African American or whatever you are, of whatever color, or Asian or whatever. You are not evil because of your color. You are a beautiful creation of the infinite awareness, you know, just like all spirits, of all vibrations, of all forms, of all colors, of all everything. And then the only thing that is important is you have to decide what is it that you choose. What do you want? What do you want to feed yourself with? Do you want to feed yourself with terror? Or do you want to feed yourself with love, you know? And then do that thing. And so on this like roller coaster of awareness of seeing evil spirits are actually the influence of the ego, and then I never perceived them in that way before. They literally are attachments to ego, and they are so convincing, and they feel like they are your own humanness and your own human mind and all that stuff. Then they really are influencing us in other ways. You know, I found this fascinating because human beings, like especially women, have this obsession with they don't want to get older and they don't want to lose the vibrancy of their youth. And so you have commercials all the time telling you, banging into your head, what is brainwashing you into perceiving that aging is a bad thing, perceiving that being old is ugly, perceiving all of these things. And those messages are actually the influence of ego spirits, of evil spirits, if you want to call them evil spirits, but they're ego spirits. They're helping to market products. They're actually helping corporations to inspire you to buy their products by creating fear. Is that love? I mean, seriously? Is that love? I'm going to tell you something about age and beauty and even weight and all of this. I'm going to tell you this. This is a story. This is a story that you're going to caress and realize how beautiful that age is, and that even being overweight can be. So you take a young child, and the young child has absolutely no perception of if you are loving and kind to a young child, they adore you. They just are so hungry for love and attention, and to show you how wonderful and amazing they are. Every child is this way. Every child wants to show you how wonderful and amazing, how special they are, and they want you to see that about them. And if you acknowledge that you see that in them, they love you so much. And you know, I'm going to tell you that there is no more special image to a child than their grandmother. And their grandmother, as an old woman, wrinkled with white hair, and you know what, throw some weight on her, and she's baking cookies, and she's wearing an apron, and she's in a little red dress, and she is the embodiment of what is the divine mother of all. Like, because grandmothers, they have nothing but time, and grandmothers it's the mother instinct, you know? It's natural. It comes natural to a female vibration to be sort of nurturing and emotional, and loves to bake cookies, and likes to take care of the needs of the home, you know? That isn't, I'm not trying to create like a disturbing, like, you know, I'm sick of women having to be the homemakers and men having to be the workers. You know, I'm just creating an image that is beautiful to all children. Then all children love their grandmother, and all children love to see that is a warm sensation. That image is a warm, loving, adorable, beautiful. The most beautiful, beautiful expression to a child is literally baking cookies with their grandmother. This has nothing to do with age. Age is beautiful. Age is beautiful. The weight that you are meant to be at as you go through the course of life, just through naturally living your life, is just find beauty in everything. There really is beauty in everything. And corporations and everything are going to say, you need to work out. Come to our fitness center. Amazing how many fitness centers have popped up because it is making money. It is influencing people, and fitness is great too, but people forget about walking outside in nature is so healthy, is so healing for the soul, healing for the body, absorbs the energy of the natural world, connects us with the stars if you walk at night, connects with the sunrise, connects us with natural beauty. If you go to a fitness center, what are you looking at? People, you're looking at people, and you're looking at yourself, and you're thinking about losing weight, and you're thinking about the way you look, and you're thinking about how you need to exercise more. If you go out in nature and you take a walk, you can walk for an hour in nature, seriously, and it is so healthy, so beneficial, so incredibly good for you. And the whole time, all you are doing is letting go of all the challenges of the day and just enjoying the beauty of what you see in nature. So I'm just showing you, showcasing ego spirits, showcasing manipulation that Draconian Race provides. And I'm just showcasing it. It is just a choice. I'm just telling you these things. You get to choose what you want in your life. And whatever instills you to be afraid, whatever inspires you to feel like you're not good enough, that is manipulation. That is manipulation. It's coming from the ego spirits. It is coming from the waves of energy from Draconian Race. They're beautiful manipulators. That's what they are. You're going to call them the evil, the devil, and all this stuff. That's human emotion. That is you being emotional, and it is not you just stepping back and saying, you know what, it's true. I have a choice. I can choose to buy a cell phone, or I can choose to not. I can choose to rid my entire world of my television, computer, cell phone, and actually go to a spirit store, buy a crystal ball, and start interacting with it. You can choose these things. Yes, you can. But, and most people would be like, yeah, nah, not gonna get rid of my TV, not gonna get rid of my computer. I'm just helping you to see. Human awakening is real. Human awakening is legit. It's a real thing. And you can see how hard Draconian Race works to ensure that we prevent the winter from happening, you know, or keep us in winter and prevent summer from happening, I guess is how I should put it. But they want to prevent you from what is your natural evolution, what is your natural awakening, what is the cycle that has come to an end. It came to an end. It already ended. They're just postponing it and holding on to everything they can with all of their might. But it's already done. It really is already done. People don't feel like that it is done. People feel like there's so much still going on. We're still a generation of people that have been fucked up from Draconian Race. As the generations go on, we give, you know, the gifts change and the perception changes and our children change things. You know, trying to give electronics to children right now in this crucial exchange, like this crucial moment, it seems like it's going to give an edge to Draconian Race because children are so into their cell phones and their computer games and their Xboxes and all of this stuff. But you have to just trust, okay? You have to just know in your heart that there is a time and a place for all things. You know, even after you know, World War II, and you drop an atomic bomb and it completely destroys this beautiful natural world, even after, you know, all of these years, you can go visit and see how nature, you know, nature can revive itself, nature can return. So even in the greatest catastrophes, you know, there was a black plague at one time and human beings still survived that. See, so even in the greatest catastrophes, do human beings still survive, and we can survive this. We will get through this and things will change. And we will see change taking place. They already say that, so okay, they're basically telling me, spirit world, alien beings, the energy, the message is that you will see change, monumental change, sort of exponentially taking place. each year that goes by. You may not feel it, you may not, but change is laborious, and once you get through the laboring part, you actually get to embrace the joy of, you know, what is going through labor, literally having a baby, and then getting to hold your newborn. So once you get through the labor, you actually get to rejoice. You see how that works? So just trust and know. And say, we are here watching over you. We are here taking care of you. We are here helping you. You don't have to... You don't have to be able to see us or know us to know that we are helping you, we love you, we take care of you, we have this thing, is what they're saying. We've got this. You don't have to try too hard. They're saying go into nature, connect with the earth, heal the earth. Healing the earth heals you, and not only just in general, like being in nature has a healing effect. It actually, you are healing Mother Earth, and thus you end up healing, like you are healing yourselves by healing your own planet, because then Mother Earth can thrive, and she can clean the air and clean the water and do all of this stuff for us. So not only just going into nature and just experiencing the healing nature provides, when you actually share a gift of love with Mother Earth and just say thank you for the beauty you gave me on my nature walk, she feels the vibration of your energy, and she heals, and she grows more flowers because of it. They say that they show me what is a vibration of love that enters into her, and she rejoices from it, and literally has no choice but to create more beauty from it. It is an instantaneous reaction to create more beauty, more natural beauty, so that she can receive more of those voices, and then they can travel into her heart and center, and then she can rejoice over it and literally push out more flowers and push out more love that can inspire more human beings then to do it all over again. How are you loving Mother Earth when you go to a gym? How are you seeing the beauty of your own existence? How do you relate to aging? And you know, this is natural. This is beautiful. Every age that you are going through in your life is the most beautiful age you've ever been. It is the most beautiful expression you've ever been. You know, in Asian cultures, the old are respected, the old are wise, the old are adored. But here in, you know, America, for instance, old people are, you know, we need you to get plastic surgery, we need you to look young and attractive for as long as possible, we need you to work out obsessively, and we need you to eat, have some insane habit of eating whatever, being obsessed with calorie counting. See, all these thoughts, all of this thinking, all of this direction is Draconian Race. It is diverting your attention away from Mother Earth, away from just loving and accepting yourself as a beautiful creation in the infinite universe. And then when you don't have all this garbage filling up your head, now all of a sudden what do you have to think about? You actually can see love, you see stars, see flowers. You actually can fill your form with love and a peacefulness and a sensation of balance that you're not familiar with. You'll actually feel inspired to be doing other things that are naturally healing, naturally influencing you. So that's my message. What I am here to tell you right now is not to be afraid, okay? Fear is the tool. Fear is the tactic. Fear is the influence that keeps us encaged, imprisoned. It keeps us from being ourselves. Keeps us from being natural. It keeps us from connection with oneness. If you want to be afraid, now all of a sudden you are walking backward, away from what it was that you need to face. You need to face it. I talked about how I was watching the movie Wolverine a couple of nights ago. It was Monday night was when I watched it. The Wolverine where he goes to Japan, and even there they show, you know, where the bomb hit, and then how beauty had come back to the land, and even after all these years, still beauty can return, and harmony and balance can be returned, and so in this movie, you have Wolverine has these terrible nightmares, and he wakes up and he shoots out his knives, and he's there with Marigold or whatever her name is, and she touches his hand and tells him the story about how when she was a child, she had this fear of this monster, basically with sharp claws, hiding in the dark. And then she would go to her father for comfort, and her father would tell her to go back to her room and face her fears. And she would go talk to her grandfather, and her grandfather would tell her this other story, this story of how the creature with the sharp claws was magical and was beautiful and was healing and saved his life. So you see how perception of a monster. One perception of a monster is, a monster is always a monster. Go face your fears. That doesn't take away the fear. Now, all of a sudden, when you perceive the monster as actually a gift and perceive it as magical and loving, now all of a sudden there is no such thing as fear. Now all of a sudden you can be strengthened and stronger because of it. I'm just telling you through alternate perspectives of what is a monster. And I'm telling you that, obviously Draconian Races does not want human beings to awaken. They want to give you opportunities to not awaken, so that way they can hold on to us for longer, you know what I mean? But you have to alter your perception of what is your fears. What is your fears, Don't be afraid of what is out there. Don't be afraid of it. In fact, when you are afraid, that now you are not healing. Now you are closing up and you are scared and you are walking away from being strong and courageous. When you alter your perception of what is fear, now all of a sudden you can face it, and you can face it with love and strength and power and courage. There's nothing to be afraid of, okay? There's nothing. There never was anything to be afraid of. That is the manipulation. Are Pleiadian beings afraid? They aren't. Pleiadian beings are not afraid because they don't have an attachment to what is fear. They only have an attachment to infinite awareness and unconditional love and a sexual vibration that is they're in such a high state of sexual, joyful, unconditionally loving, like powerful expression of love. And so when you feel fearful, you can think about Pleiadian beings and think about the way that they share and interact and experience love, and how they are not afraid because they have no relationship with that. They just feel love. They just embrace love. That's what we have to do. We have to keep embracing love. We have to love life and love aging, and we have to get out of the gyms and into Mother Earth, nature. You can work out outside. I go for walks in the bitter winter cold, and you can too. And so I'm just spitting out thoughts. I'm just spitting out ideas. I'm just spitting out different perspectives. I'm just spitting out different possibilities to fill your mind with thoughts and ideas and alternate awareness and different ways of exploring creation and existence and what is taking place here and what is going on in your life and everything. It's just helping you look in the mirror and choose who you want to be and choose what you want to fear or not fear. Now let go of any worries or concerns or all that stuff. You don't have to choose to be afraid. You don't have to choose to feel concern. You don't have to choose to dislike yourself for whatever reasons that you might be able to come up with. Just go to Mother Earth, go to nature. This crystal ball loves me. That sounds really silly. Lapis lazuli loves me. Mother Earth loves me. And nature, natural creations love you too. And benevolence that exists here loves human beings, loves creation. That is Earth. That is the beauty of Earth. That is the opportunity to incarnate on this planet in a joyful state. This isn't just about today. This is about all the days. It's about 1,000 years from now and 10,000 years from now. It's about Earth in harmony and balance and love, so we can open this planet up to souls who can come and incarnate here and find joy on planet Earth. That's important. Alright, I don't know. I'm talking about so many things. I don't even know if they connect or what the value or the meaning is, but I had to make a video. I had to talk about these things. So I'm just going to call this video, and more videos to come, of course. Thank you for watching.